The enemy is outside the lower door." Yantilla's exclamation put a stop to the whispered conversations within the chamber. "Ice wolves, form a semicircle, 3 deep. The rest position yourselves before the doors to the blade chamber, and beware of the magic runes when you are fighting. Let the enemy ignite them." Screeching, the shatterlings began to hammer on the steel doors from the outside. The fists of the High-Fangs were ineffective, but the darkness sliding in through the gaps around the door began to bend and buckle the metal, as though thanks to the adversary's sheer willpower. "What shall we Paladins do in your battle formation, esteemed commander?" asked the first, a little too politely to be credible. "Look good and fill in the gaps when the first ice wolves fall," countered Yantilla with such a matter-of-fact tone that the age-old veteran blinked in surprise. "A cold-blooded response, if ever I heard one," he said. "How refreshing." "I was a mercenary in my day. Have you forgotten?" asked the gaunt woman with a smile so brittle that Ahren half expected it to shatter and fall to the floor. "There was no room for sentimentality in my life before I got to wear this handsome tabard." "I have a feeling that her jibes are aimed at you," commented Cullen. "She is still sore at you for having commanded her to retreat." "I can live with that," murmured Ahren, "as long as she survives too." The mind of the wolf suddenly seemed morose, almost impenetrable. "You do realize that many will die tomorrow, don't you? Perhaps even those who are very close to you." Ahren thought he could hear a hidden message in what the wolf was saying. Was Cullen talking about himself? "You—" He got no further. The doors that led to the steps from the shield chamber gave way, the shatterlings flooding into the room in a tangle of claws and jagged blades. With them came the darkness, immediately washing over the first row of ice wolves. The unfortunate soldiers were dead within 5 heartbeats. "Ye gods!" gasped Yantilla, retreating several paces with the rest of the ice wolves. "At the ready!" bellowed the first, positioning himself in the now considerably larger and lighter semicircle of defenders. Ahren too got into position. To his left was Kara, while Trogodon was on his right. "Everyone, retreat 1 step!" yelled Yantilla as the High-Fangs lunged forward. "Beware of the charm lines!" As one, the ice wolves placed their right feet back a pace. Admittedly an awkward-looking move, but nonetheless effective. Clearly Yantilla had drilled her soldiers well. Hardly had the Paladins, Trogodon, and Kara imitated the maneuver when they were all rewarded with a spectacular sight. It took only 1 shatterling to place its foot on the sorceress line for an entire line of runes to ignite.